Hi guys. So at the end of this lane is Churchtown Old Graveyard, and we're going to walk down and see if we can read headstones, see what condition it's in, because not that long ago there was vandalism done to the graves. I'm not sure if they've been repaired. Pictures showed online that there had been spray painted, so just needless vandalism. So I'll talk to you in a minute. So this is it. There's a gate into it. So straight away I can see the ruins of a church. And I know there's a bit of a sun flare there, but we want to take a walk around and have a look, and then we'll have a look at the church. I see an Annie in it here. She died in 1951. And her brothers, it looks like John, 1952, and George, 1955. So actually this graveyard is much bigger than what I thought it was. And it looks like someone has been in cutting down grass. Patrick Scullin is here, 1833, he was 59. James Scullin here on this plaque, 1894 it looks like. Or is it? Yeah, 1894. And I'm not sure his age, is it 83? There's a James, 1858 there, he was 35. There's some here at the back. I don't see any signs of vandalism, but maybe they did clean up anything that was done. We have a 1789 here, and it's Mary Wickham, it looks like. 1789. And her age is, I think her age is 21. Yeah, it looks like 21. Lord have mercy on our soul. There's an 1808 there. And I think that's James Wickham. (1792). And it's Margaret. She was 56. So the wind is picking up, and around the church we have farmers working away cutting corn. So I might actually walk over this way, away from the noise. want to take you around this way. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about the background noise. And when I got here first, there was no noise. So as I said, it's quite a big graveyard. And this is the inside of the church that we're going into now. And we have a tomb in here. I can see Jacob there. But I might come back to that one because I need a brush or a torch. But I do see maybe 1827. Or 1847. So Jacob, his name is way under there. And that would have been a window. And you can see this would have probably been the entrance in. Another window there. And we've more headstones here. So before I go out, we had a bit of a clean on this, and it looks like it's Charles Jacob Esquire. And 1847 there. And it says an affectionate or affiliated. Widow. Something in the loss of. There's kindness there. It would have been nice to be able to read that more, but it's completely overgrown and we've cleaned what we can. But anyway, back out here. I come across more headstones, and someone has tried to clean this. Now whether this was part of the graffiti, I don't know, but it's for the body of Judith Parr, alias Joyce, who departed this life 1814, aged 74, and also her husband, and I'm not sure of the name there. Edmund, I think it is, Parr, who departed this life 1826, and look at that for an age. He was 103 when he died in 1896. So that's a good age for the time. And this is Patrick Parr, in memory of his father. So it was erected by Patrick in memory of his father, John Parr, who died December 22nd, 1785, I think that is. Yeah, and he was aged 45, and also his wife Catherine is there, and she died February 1839, aged 98 it looks like. And their daughter is there as well, 1849, and she was 50. And then also Patrick, he was 66 when he died in, is it 1847? So some of those have great ages. And there's 2 tombs here, and this one looks like we might be able to excuse me, read it. Erected by, it looks like Margaret Gallen. And there's lots of letters missing on that side, but we've an 1852 over there. Is that 62 maybe? That's too bright for the torch to pick up. But I'm sure there's more than just Margaret in that one. So we've William Scallon here. And we have May 1832 there, and he was just 28. So I'm sorry now, the tractors have come back around again. There's one here as well, right in the corner. And somebody has put stone markers around it. This is Patrick O'Brien and Mary O'Brien, and also Sarah O'Brien and his parents, Patrick and Mary O'Brien, and brother John. And there's no date there, but you can see that that's the field that they're cutting at the moment, and hence all the noise. But we'll continue on. We've lots of markers along this area here, and it looks like the ground has sunken down. And we've an interesting one here in the corner. And somebody has left fresh flowers. So it's in the memory of Thomas Nolan. And I'll just move these for a second. Drimna Roster Strand, who died in 1927, and his wife is there as well, and she died in 1933. And they're not forgotten because someone has been here quite recently and left flowers. So we've more markers there, and the ground is extremely uneven. Now, 27th, 1815 or 1811, aged 17 years. We'll see if we can find a name. Eleanor Siggins, and she was only 17 when she passed. We have a huge headstone here. And this is it looks like Byrne's 1827. Quite hard to read, it's completely gone, almost totally weathered away. So we've Nicholas Byrne, 1827, age 65. And you can see the combine harvester there now cutting away. We'll come to this one. I hope you can hear me. The body of Garrett Byrne, who departed this life December 31st, 1791, and he was 66. And also Patrick Byrne, 1792. And it looks like he was 22 or 30. It's hard to make that out actually. It looks like 22. I just noticed this one on the ground here. This is James Byrne, and it looks like 1783. And he was 93. And that's obviously come away from the base. And there's John O'Gorman on this white one. It looks like 1950. And this is Jack O'Gorman, Grange, Rossler Strand, 1905 to 1950. Sarah O'Gorman, And she died in 1956, mother of Jack and Peter. Peter O'Gorman in 1993. Gran, thank you, love Kit. And that's wrote there in the little heart. So this is Vera Bent, born the 30th of September 1939 and died the 24th of May 1942. And this is another old one. I can see 1793 just there, and it looks like a Mary Sinnott. She was 66. And there's Richard Shiel, July the 10th 1805, aged 47. So there's 1793 just there. And there's actually 1762, and the name looks like William Shiel there. And I see this one here. This one looks like it's old, and it's Bridget, and we have 1763 there, and she was 31. There's an 1835 there, so there's somebody else there with Bridget. And this one now has caught my eye as well. Jesper Roach. So it's erected by Jesper in memory of Mary Fitzgerald, who died January 1844, just 24 years old. Martin Roach, 1852, he was 65. Deborah, and that looks like 1865, aged 53. We've John Roach, 1860, aged just 35. Joseph Roach, September 1890, 56, or maybe that's actually 86. And then we have Catherine, and she was 84 when she died in 1903. So that has also fallen, and that's possibly the base of it there. We have another one here on the ground. I see 1857. Sally, 1846. There's a Duggan there as well. So there's a tomb here, but it's all under ivy, and it actually looks like it has fallen down, maybe sunken down. This one here is full of ivy, and we have like almost a mound there as well. So what I do see here is children, the name Children, just here. There's an 1828, 4 years. There's an 1837, an 1845 and an 1854. And that's very sad to see that the way it is. And I'm presuming under all that ivy there is another tomb. So when I came here first, I wasn't expecting to find so many headstones. I had just seen it online that there had been some vandalism, but it looked like it was graffiti with a spray can. But I don't see anything like that at the moment here. That's Richard. We have an iron cross here and a tombstone behind it, and that's completely covered with that white lichen. and it's just too hard to read. You can see this one is huge. I think this is Nicholas. You can see 1851 there, age 74. And his sister is there as well, 1816 it looks like. We've one right beside it as well. And there's actually nothing left on that to see. And then we come to this tomb, and it's, as you can see, completely broken. With more grave markers just down there. We've Thomas Hayes here. He was 88 when he died in 1957, and his wife Margaret is there as well, 1955, and she was 78. And we've a hole there, so it looks like the grave is starting to sink, and so is this one here. We have a few bases of where the headstones would have sat upon. We see this one, and even though the cross is broken, it still has this beautiful statue left on it. And we have a grave here. It has lots of artificial flowers, and I'm just going to... No, I thought maybe that the cross might have had a name on it, but there's not. And there's one right in the corner here as well. And it looks like Stephen Crow, 1972, so it's not a very old grave. And someone has come back and put little holy statues there and there, and we've artificial flowers, but it's hardly anything left to read. I can see some burial mounds there as well amongst the markers. A little white cross. I don't think I'll be able to read this one. Even with a torch it's hard. I think it's Patrick Murphy. And there's 18, maybe 1888, aged 80, and his wife is there as well. And I think his son Patrick, maybe 1897. I'm just making my way around here, and I've noticed this. Erected by John McCoy in memory of his wife Anne, who departed this life January the 26th, 1872, age 65, also his son Richard, 1872, his son James, 1880, and also the beloved John himself, 1893, aged 96, dedicated by John McCoy and Anne Lambert, descendants in Kansas. Is that Topeka or Topeka, Kansas? So that's very interesting, and I presume that that's the headstone that belongs to the McCoys. So it's, as I said, a very big graveyard, much bigger than what I expected. And we did get to read some we didn't, but they are all remembered. We have rails there just in a corner, if you can see with the sun, and the headstone there completely covered. 2 headstones I think actually in there, completely covered with ivy, and you can see the rails just there. So for now, guys, take care and God bless.